What? Yeah. It's just like.
Good evening. Welcome to the Div A Spring Final here in Brossard, Quebec, the 2015 edition, as we have the ultimate colossal heavyweight matchup between the number 1 seed R&D against the number 2 defending champions Montreal's Finest. With me for this broadcast, to my immediate left is Vince Nardone, a player who's played against these players, and a guy who wishes to play against them one of these days.
Nah.
PZ Delarizi.
I have simpler wishes.
Maybe. Gentlemen, I'll start with you, Vince. Your key point for Montreal's Finest if they're going to win this game today?
My key point for Montreal's Finest is their defense. Marco Masiocha and this offense that he's built around himself this year is as serious as it gets in Division A. I'm looking forward to this matchup. It's athletes against athletes. I've been looking for this matchup for about 10 weeks, I'm not going to lie, since day one. We all knew this was going to be the finals, and look what we got.
All right, PZ, looking at R&D, what is the main key for you in your mind for them to win this game?
It's what looks to give Kevin Wyeth. I spoke to Marco before the game, Marco Masiotra, and he said that he had something in store for them, specifically on defense. He also said he was concerned as to whether or not they would use Mike Harrington as a snap, as that would put a wrench in their plans. But from the looks of it and what we saw in pregame, that does not seem to be the case.
Well, a lot of moving parts here, and remember, this R&D team, as much as we harp on the roster for Montreal's Finest, a lot of guys are missing from the lineup. Alex Apostolakis.
One person harps on that roster. You keep saying they're weak. It's not a weak roster.
Well, Alex Apostolakis out with an injury, and he'll be out till winter. And also, Antonio Lani picking Slipknot over the Div A Finals. 2 key losses, 2 key personal losses, and Jamal Gibbs giving it a go today, even though he may not be 100% healthy, guys.
Yeah, but let's call it what it is. I mean, Roosters and Donkeys, R&D have their key guys here. They have their top 6. They have their best 7, so I don't see a problem with the injuries. Not trying to be mean, but Alex said it himself. Alex is not playing, and he said it. He told me the same thing. He says, you know what, if there's a year where we're going to beat Montreal's Finest, it's going to be this year.
We'll find out in 1 hour's time. Now already we're seeing a motion and change of formation here. Quick snap. Wyeth looking. Caught by Keyshawn Thompson, and he'll be stopped for a 4-yard gain.
And it's getting loud already.
Right away, first play. So you can already tell that they had their matchups pre-established before snap there, but they didn't think they were going to come out the way they did, and they were caught a little bit running around on defense, and luckily for them, they only got a 5-yard hook. And
such an interesting chess match for teams that play against each other and have such a history against each other. You see both sides having come in with a game plan before the game. Montreal's Finest given a different look, and Roosters and Donkeys being the ones having to adapt.
A little roster lineup here. Brian Lariviere in at snapper. Garrett Taylor replacing Rosh Ben Abdicator at the left slot back. And already we're seeing the matchups going on as we speak. Wyeth looking, has time, waiting, avoids Matt Kirak. Away he goes. Wyeth will be close to a first down, tackled by Mr. Giolani.
I don't know why Kirak would jump at that one. He's seen that move 1,000 times. It's what Wyeth is known for, that little not even a pump, but sort of a shoulder fake and then a back step, and then he's gone.
Definitely a matchup to look forward to. Matt Kirak versus Kevin Wyeth. Wyeth has that X factor, the ability to lose the rush and gain yards with his feet, and with an arm like he has, it's un couteau à deux tranchants, like you would say in French. It's
obviously.
First and 10 for the Finest. Wyeth looking left, waiting, has all day now. Short pass to Kevin Moore with the catch and tackled right away by Jordan McLaren.
And that's the other consequence of beating Kirak the first time. You force him to have to come in slower, and you give yourself extra time.
Kev is completing the ball because he's making great passes, but right now R&D is playing amazing defense. Everybody's covered. He's got to go to the second look, second read, third read. The slants are not open. This is his go-to, his triple slant left or triple slant right, and that is absolutely not available to him right now.
And right now, we'll see if he goes to the much famous triple slants that has been the go-to play for the Montreal's Finest for many, many years. Wyeth, the Kevin Moore, the right slot. Mike Harrington, the right wideout. Wyeth looking. Going to the corner. Garrett Taylor intercepted by Marco Masiotra.
Marco ran that route every step with Garrett Taylor. Every step of the way.
That was
followed into the end zone, intercepted the ball, and a great sprawling catch.
Post corner, and Marco, it's almost like he knew. He sat underneath, he sat on the hip, and as soon as he turned back to that corner, he was there, and he turned his head and picked the ball. That was a great play by Marco.
Great play by Marco Masiotra. Can the hammer now be in favor of R&D? I always think 6+R. Roosters and Donkeys right now as they get the first turnover of the game early in the first half. Mike Harrington, the rusher. Jacques Voigt, the left slot back. High snap. Masiocha waiting, going, caught by Theo Jaya. Gets around one player, and he's tackled right away by Garrett Taylor.
It seems like an odd instinct for Theo to turn it inside when he had basically the whole sideline open. So we'll see if they'll come back to that and make that adjustment later in the game.
Yeah, it was almost like he was unaware of the defense that was being played behind him. He sat on that hook, and he was just waiting for the ball to come. And the whole sideline, he must have had at least a 7-yard cushion to beat Quiche to the outside and Garrett.
Jamil Springer in as the right slot back in this formation. The Taylor Brothers on the left side of the defense. Masiocha stepping up over the middle. Jacques Voigt picked off by Kareem Bennett. Springer with the tackle, and now the momentum goes back to the Finest on that Bennett INT.
Now, I knew we'd see interceptions in this game, but did either of you guys think that the first 2 drives for a finals that featured Roosters and Donkeys and Montreal's Finest would end with interceptions?
Definitely a play that's going to haunt Marco. I really hope this doesn't break them, but that's not a throw you want to make. You don't want to force that ball early in the game after just creating a turnover to help your team out, forcing a ball down the middle for no reason at all.
Finest just at the 6-yard line of their territory. Wyeth 2 yards in the end zone. Looking right, going deep. Keyshawn Thompson looking up late. And a flag on the play. Maybe that's OPI going against Keyshawn Thompson because he did stick out his arm.
He did extend his arm, absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised to see it go against Montreal's Finest.
It appears it is OPI. It is.
Why is it
Great
backing
call.
up?
Great call, because if I'm not gonna lie, that's a great defensive play. He's fighting back the push perfectly, and it just made it look like a pass interference, but he's fighting back a push.
And great call by Matt Kerouac on the rush, calling out where the snap was going. Great defensive teamwork by Roosters and Donkeys early on in this game.
And well, now the Finals will be pushed back even more. What do you call in this situation here, guys?
I think they just need to get some the last 2 throws for Kevin Wyeth have been an interception and an offensive pass interference. I say keep it simple, get a couple of yards, live the fight on 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised if he takes another shot here, but with Mike Harrington instead.
Wyeth needs to be aware of the back line of the end zone as he is now 4 yards deep in his end zone. High snap. Wyeth looking, going deep. Aked Moore.
It was in fact another shot. Wyeth looking a little less sharp than usual today.
Yeah, it's unusual to see him miss these throws. I mean, he's trying to put it to a spot where only the receiver can get to the ball, which is fine. I mean, he's trying not to throw that other interception, understandably.
Jordan McLaren in on the coverage on that corner route. And right now it is 3rd down, or 2nd down, because the penalty was accepted. And so Wyeth will have to get out of the end zone first and foremost before we can talk about 1st down.
Keep an eye on the Theo-Mike matchup here. Theo's giving him a huge cushion.
Harrington had a strong season for the Finest offense. Short pass, Moore with the catch. Spin move, Moore
Oh my God.
upfield. Moore can get to the corner of the
That
end
is
zone,
insane.
avoids one move and tackled by Theo Jaya. But however, it is a 1st down, and now they're inside deep.
Like
R&D
a hot
territory.
knife through butter. That's amazing. For a quarterback to see that happen, for a receiver to make a play like that, to relieve the pressure like a valve per se, it's just all the pressure's off Kev now. They're back into a comfortable position, looking into the end zone.
It's almost like nothing happened in this game. It's exactly where they were in the first drive. But interestingly enough is that ball's thrown to Aked Moore. And if he's tackled right away, there's a serious decision for Montreal's Finest to make as to whether or not they're going to actually punt that ball because they're still pretty deep and still have a few yards to get that 1st down.
Game of inches, and in that case, it was a game of inches on that.
Just like adult films.
Yes. High snap. Wyeth gets it. Looking left. Short pass. Well defended by Jordan McLaren.
Jordan McLaren has the ability to be the X factor in this game. The one guy who, he's matched up against Aked Moore. That's how much confidence they have in his ability to play defense. They said, today, you're going to take care of Aked Moore. I mean, if you're telling me that, I think I might just take my shirt off and go back home.
And there was, in the press conference, Marco Masiocha, of course, said that he predicted that Jordan McLaren would be the MVP of this game.
As brought up by Justin Blanchard right now, the snapping of Brian Lariviere compared to Kareem Bennett. We'll see if that's a factor. And once again,
Another
high
high
snap.
snap.
Going to the corner. Lariviere picked off by Theo Jaya. At the end zone he goes. Theo Jaya down the sidelines and tackled. And we talk about the snapping, and that time it may have cost the Finest.
Just a bad decision by Kev again. He looked open, yes, but I mean, he had underneath coverage there from Theo. Another throw you want to take back. I don't know. Kev's having a rough start to this game.
Do you consider making the switch now to Kareem Bennett at snapper, guys?
Well, that's 3 consecutive snaps that have been high. That instantly removes your eyes from the field, so you don't know what's going on anymore. The second you look back to the field, you're not comfortable anymore. What coverage are they in? You're unaware.
And the Roosters and Donkeys defense so fast that you can't lose sight of them for a second.
High snap over the hand of Jacques Void and incomplete.
Both these quarterbacks seem to be pressing early on. It seems like they're trying to impress each other rather than going out and playing the game.
I wouldn't be surprised if Marco he has in the back of his mind. He really wants to be at the elite level. He wants to be like Kevin Wyeth. He wants to be on that pedestal. So, but I think he needs to slow this pace down and just put some points on the board. It's 0-0. This could be a low scoring game. Any touchdown is a score to keep.
Masiocha is at the penthouse door trying to knock his way through to get into that elite status as a FPF quarterback.
It's not one of those elevators that opens automatically to the penthouse.
No, sir. You need to be Bruce
You need the
Wayne.
key. You need the key.
Masiocha, short pass. Kiriak with the catch. Around Keyshawn Thompson, and Thompson makes a quick play on that. It'll be 3rd down coming up here for R&D.
That's exactly what they need to do. They need to build on that. Quick throws, ins, outs, slants. We need to stop throwing the ball deep and forcing interceptions for no reason.
Well, especially now that Marco's shown he will take chances. You have the ability to pick apart underneath, and the finest will give you that rather than have you score quickly.
3rd down coming up for Masiocha. Looking left, stepping up, going, waiting over the middle. Jacques Void picked up by Garrett Taylor. Taylor tackled by Kiriak. 2nd INT for Marco Masiocha. 4 in the game for Wyeth and Masiocha combined.
4 drives, 4 interceptions between Marco Masiocha and Kevin Wyeth. This is nuts.
Both of Marco's interception came from a throw that was intended to go to Void. It's almost like they're not on the same page right now. They need to reconnect, sit down, talk about what's going on.
As a whole, during the regular season, the finest had 14 INTs. So far today, they have 2 in this game alone.
Definitely not something I saw coming. 4 INTs before the half. I mean, there's been seasons where Kev haven't thrown that many interceptions in a season.
In seasons. Wyeth stepping up, short pass, Moore. Tackled by Jordan McLaren, once again hovering at Kev Moore wherever he goes.
And just because we called him out a couple times, great snap by Brian Lariviere.
3rd catch for Aked Moore, 2nd tackle for Jordan McLaren this evening. And right now you can see the emotion very calm, very
It's odd.
relaxed.
It's awkwardly calm between these two teams.
Do you think maybe a touchdown will open up the emotions, the Pandora's box, what could be?
A
said between
touchdown,
the
a
two
big
teams?
play, a little bit of physicality on either side will absolutely open up. You said it right, Mo. Pandora's box is a good comparison.
Once again, a quick switch of formation. Wyeth looking. Caught by Moore. Backing his way up, and Jordan McLaren with another tackle. Be very close to a 1st down. It will be 3rd down coming up here for the finest.
You were saying that this game is calm. I mean, the interceptions that have been thrown, the plays that have been made, nobody has a reason to be confident right now. Nobody has a reason to be cocky. So it's almost like they've neutralized each other with the plays they've made. And as of right now, like you said, probably the first one to score will be the one to chirp.
As you can see, no one has left Brossard Field 3. Sidelines are packed. End zone stands are very packed.
I didn't
Fans
know
are
where those people came from.
They are
They
either
imported people for this
groupies
game.
or diehard FPF fans.
But James Floriani is definitely a groupie.
Wyeth looking left. Has all day. Avoids Kiriak.
yes.
Away he goes. He hurdles. Will that be a flag? No
That's
flag, but it will be 1st down for
Just a good team
Finest.
tackle. Good team tackle on defense. Kevin knows that he's not complaining for a flag. Great pump fake again, and Matt Kerouac leaving the ground once again, a mistake he does not typically make.
R&D needs Matt to start making plays. He cannot continuously give him those yards on the ground. They're fighting in coverage, and he needs to fight underneath as well.
Last time the Finest were in deep territory, it was a pick. Who do you think maybe the go-to guy is? It Keyshawn Thompson with his quick slant in, or is it a Kedmore who's always been the red zone threat for the Finest offense?
I wouldn't be surprised to see that triple slant either left and right and the post over top to either Keish or Harrington over the middle.
1st down for the Finest offense. Wyeth looking left, pumps, waiting, having all day now. Caught by Moore, almost picked off
Great
by
catch.
Jordan McLaren.
Great catch. Great defense as well. That was just a great play by Aked.
McLaren closing that so quickly. Had it been thrown just a couple inches inside, it could have been 6.
Sorry, go ahead, Vince.
Yeah, great throw by Kev as well. I mean, he put it on the money, and Aked is always there to help you out. I mean, he was an inch away from a pick there, Jordan.
Aked's 5th catch is 46 yards in this game already, so he's off to a great start for the Finest offense. Besides him, only Keyshawn Thompson has a catch. Harrington's been held in check so far.
As Garrett Taylor, honestly, it's been a surprising start to this game, without a doubt.
Wyeth looking left. Thompson, well defended
Great
by
coverage.
Jamal Giddens, as Keyshawn thought it would have been some sort of contact call going for him.
Just great coverage, honestly.
Amazing
Read the route,
coverage.
came underneath. Great play by Jamal Giddens, who does not. If that Jamal Giddens hurt, healthy is just on a whole other level.
That's it. Upper body injury that he suffered. Did not play with the Brotherhood in their playoff run, and of course missed the playoff game for R&D last week in the win over the Legends.
Just fun to watch. Just great defensive play.
Chess match battle right now. Every move has been matched by the opposition. What can Wyeth do on this next play? Looking right. Wyeth, short pass, caught by Kenmore, boxes himself in, touchdown.
You know, that's the thing where McLaren's going to do a great job covering a Ked all over the field, but when a Ked uses that big body to box out, it's a tough matchup for Jordan McLaren.
6-0 for the Finest. We talk about Kenmore being the go-to guy, his sixth catch of this first half.
Look, there's no way you're gonna keep a kid off the stats sheet. So he can end the day with 2 touchdowns and 100 yards, and I still tell you that Jordan did a great job out here.
Critical extra point coming up for the Finest. High snap again. Wyeth gets it. Looking, facing the pressure, and he'll throw it away. And we might look at missed extra point opportunities here that might cost one of these teams a Div A title.
It kind of feels like now the first drive is done. It's they went back and forth, stayed pretty much in the same part of the field through the entire first half, and Finest finally get on the board. I agree, Mo. This is the kind of game where converts might be a big part of it.
What will Marco Masiocha do now? Has thrown 2 INTs. He's only completed 2 passes, 2 of 5. 1 pass to Matt Kirak, 1 pass to Theo Ajaya. Masiocha looking to open up his account in this Div A final. Looking left, short pass to Kirak. Kirak upfield, tackled right away by Keyshawn Thompson and Ryan Perry.
They've given that play up so far. The short pass to Matt Kirak and Matt turning upfield quickly to get some extra yards. Look, Montreal's Finest is a great defense. You got to take whatever they give you.
I would take that all day. That's a 7-yard gain, almost 8.
They will adjust at some point, however.
And when they do, something else will open
Yeah,
up. So as
exactly.
long as that's open, I would take it all day, of course.
Now, guys, when you look at the explosive ability for R&D, do you think they might stretch the field at some point on this drive?
Absolutely. They've done it before. Just you do it for 2 reasons, right? You do it to score, and you do it to force you to respect the deep route. So naturally, it forces the defense to drop deeper than they naturally would, just to respect that deep throw. So you throw deep, it's incompleted or it's an overthrow. It doesn't matter because you're now in the head of the defense, knowing that they're trying to hit you up deep.
But Kirak makes another catch in the flat. Again, if they're given that, you're right. At some point, deep will open up, but there's no necessity to force it.
Third catch for 19 yards from Matt Kirak. Second down coming up for this R&D offense, looking to tie the game up at 6. So far, the storyline has been the 4 INTs thrown by Marco Masiocha and Kevin Wyeth combined. Masiocha looking, pumping, middle, caught by Jamil
Wide open.
Springer. Makes one quick move, and he's going to gallop his way in for the touchdown. We're tied up at 6.
Great play. It just seems bizarre to cut back over the middle of the field when you were wide open. You could have walked into the end zone, but great play by Jamil Springer nonetheless.
I was just about to say before that snap that Jamil has still not made a play in this game, and he's bound to make a play. And when he does, it's going to hurt. And there it was.
And
same
Springer.
thing could be said about Theo and Gittens. I mean, there's a lot of guys out here that they're gonna make their mark and they're gonna put their stamp on this game. And I can't wait to see the plays.
And we talk about extra point attempts. This is a critical one coming up here at the juncture of this first half. It looks like it'll be the first time they're going trips left. Jamil Springer, the inside slot to the left. Jacques Voigt, the middle receiver, and Jamal Gittens, the extreme left. Theo Dred, the lone backside receiver. Masters looking left, going back in the end zone. Wide open is Jamil Springer, that is, and is now 7-6 lead for R&D.
Great catch, great play call, well executed by Marco Masiocha.
I mean, when you line up in trips like that and they don't even adjust, so you know they're in lanes and they don't even care to tell you. They're basically telling you we're in lanes, try to beat us. He had motion going left, and it made the defender bite, and then the hook opened up in the back of the end zone. It's a great design.
Now it's time for Kevin Wyeth's offense to come back out there. So far, none of these offenses have been impressive with the explosive throws here. We'll see if he goes with the long ball at some point. 4 minutes, still 5 plays. Thank you to Justin Blanchard, our stats guy for this evening.
So much room being given to Mike Harrington.
Going deep. Harrington Well defended by Theo Jaya, who's probably one of the better cover corners at his position.
And especially if he has a 10-yard head start, there's no way Harrington's going to beat him on the outside.
Harrington can be thrown a 9-yard hook every play.
Every single play.
And right now, Harrington has no catches so far. He's been targeted twice in this game.
And I say that, but that might be the bait. That might be what they're willing to give up. You throw the hooks. They don't care. You're not going to beat me deep, Theo says.
Does this game have a feel of maybe first team to 25, 30 points wins? Given how explosive.
Right now, this has a feel of first team to 12.
First team to 10, maybe. Who knows? 2nd and 10 for Kevin Wyeth. Gary Taylor, the left slot back. Keyshawn, the left wide out. High snap again. Wyeth. Short pass through the hands. Picked.
Oh! That could have been a huge play.
Theo Jaya had 6 points on his hands. However, it went through his hands. Incomplete.
And I feel like Marco needs to do something on offense to get Theo the ball, just to activate him into this game, because he's been playing defense, but he hasn't touched the ball yet. So it's almost as if he hasn't checked in yet mentally into this game. You throw him the ball on offense, get it like I said, make him check into this game, and that's probably a play that he would make.
Critical 3rd down coming up for Kevin Wyeth. He's 1 yard in his end zone. Can he convert on this 3rd down attempt? Needs 10 yards or more. Good snap this time. Pump, looking, waiting. And unfortunately, Keyshawn Thompson and Kevin Wyeth were not on the same page. It'll be 4th down. What do the Finest do?
It's tough. It's tough just the way both defenses have been playing. I don't see the Finest punting, but at the same time, you might as well trust your defense has gotten you this far so far.
I don't see them punting either, but I would.
Yeah.
I would.
2 minutes to 5 plays, guys. What do you do? I mean, this is
I
2
would
minutes.
punt. I'm not going to lie. I would put my trust in my defense. If you turn the ball over here and you give him half a field, that's not a good look with 2 minutes left of the game.
Even though R&D will have the ball in the second half to start off.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't believe in ever punting the ball. This is the one circumstance where I would punt it in this game specifically.
However, they're not listening to you.
They're not.
Or you, Vince. They're going for it on 4th and 10. This could be a game changer right now for both teams. Wyeth looking right, waiting, going deep. Harrington open, touchdown.
That's so bizarre. How can you let that happen? You've been taking that away all game long, and then you just let him glide into the end zone by himself.
Great play. The design on that play is for Aked Moore to corner out and sit at that 1st down, and Theo bit and jumped that route thinking that's where he was going to throw, and Harrington opened up wide open.
12-7 now. A critical extra point attempt coming up for the Finest. Going for one right now. However, they got the big 4th down conversion on a touchdown by Mike Harrington.
A huge confidence boost for this team.
And right now for the Finest, looking to potentially go up by 6. Wide old snap again. Short pass, well defended by Gittins, but again, Keyshawn Thompson incensed that there's no call going for him on the ticky-tack touch and go by the DB and receiver.
These snaps are brutal. They're 0-5 on a high snap, and those are important plays. That's 2 extra points and 3 plays, 2 of them which cost them interceptions.
You talk about the eyes of a quarterback going off course from a bad snap. It does hurt whether you're Kevin Wyeth, Peasy, Vince, or Mo Khan.
You gotta put that ball.
Oh, we got another OC here. Somebody's gonna take 5 plays off.
It looks like it's gonna be Quiche.
And right now, it appears
they're not happy with the contact that happened in the end zone on that last play, and they're letting the refs know, and the refs letting them know that they're the boss here tonight.
So without contact, would that ball have been 6 inches higher? I don't see it being caught anyway.
Exactly.
Keyshawn now realizes he's off for 5 plays here, so who has to go on?
They need to get somebody on the field quickly.
Aked Moore will come in on defense. It appears he'll play the middle linebacker position on this Finest defense.
Which is, he's actually a great defender over the middle. He's like a spider web. He just, everything in his reach.
Ryan Perry now switching over to middle linebacker. Masiocha, sideline. Ajay catches it, pushed out of bounds, and that'll be enough for a 1st down.
There you go. Talking about Theo checking in. There he is.
That's what they need to do. Notice early in this drive, first play, go right to Theo.
2nd down, 2nd and short, literally a nose of the football here. Ajay has 2 catches for 15 yards this evening.
And that's actually a great play by Marco, like with the experience, like let's say captain, like he just got beat deep on a play that he had maybe a brain fart on. Here, I'm gonna throw you the ball, get your confidence back. I need you in this game.
Agreed.
2nd and a nose for the R&D offense. Looking to convert and prolong this drive. Masiocha going to the end zone. Caught by Giddens.
Whoa,
dropped by
drop.
Giddens. Incomplete.
Also, he had Matt Kerouac wide open again on that same route, and choosing to throw up to Gittins, who again it was a 50-50 ball. He could have come down with that.
That was a great throw. I
Great
thought
ball.
Gittins had that ball. I thought he was coming down with it. Arquette just got maybe a finger on the ball just to punch it out. He had Kareem's back on that play.
And right now, Keyshawn giving out the orders from the sideline, getting an OC off for 5 plays. He has 3 more to go. Can R&D punch it in without Keyshawn on the field? Gittins and Void, the left receivers. Springer and Ojea to the right. Slant, caught by Ojea.
Great catch.
Spin move. He'll get the first down. Tripped up by Kareem Bennett and Ryan Perry. And it'll be first down.
Ball slightly behind him. Great adjustment while the ball is near by Theogea. Well, and here's the chirping that we thought we'd see.
There it is. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it is right now. I thought it was going to be one of the chirpiest game we've ever seen. I don't know what it is that Marco said in the podcast. I didn't hear the podcast. Alex told me something was said in terms of something that had to do with Drake and
Back to Back, the song that Drake to Meek Mill.
I love that. Love that.
Inside the red zone. Rolling to his right. Going cross by through the hands of Jacques Void back in the end zone. It will be second down coming up.
That's a tough catch. But if you're Jacques Void, you get 2 hands on the ball, you expect that to be a catch.
Absolutely.
Last play coming up here, guys. Now, if you're the Finest, do you call timeout to just get your breath and refocus, see what's thrown out there first?
You're going to need your timeouts in this game.
Not at 12-7 here. I mean, those timeouts are going to come in handy near the end of the game when the game is tight and you might need them. I wouldn't waste it here.
Last play of the first half. This could be a momentum change for either side.
You got Coach Quiche throwing directions from the sidelines.
Time for Masiocha to put on his big boy pants and prove he belongs.
Masiocha looking cross body. Avoids Harrington. He has all day now. Going to the middle. Caught by Ojea. Touchdown.
Great catch by Theogea.
There, he put on his big boy pants.
He did indeed.
He beat the rush. He bought time, and he found Theo. He just literally shotgunned the ball into his face and said, "Catch this, or you can go home."
13-12
In an ambulance, probably.
Yeah, if you don't catch it, you will probably need to go see a dentist.
That's a huge ending to the first half.
That was a great way to finish this half. Absolutely.
Aside from the score, it's sort of a punctuation point. And you know what? The Finest are definitely a great second half team, but it does send a message to the Finest.
It's just crazy how they can both have the same. They've played each other twice this year, and they're 1-1. And right now, it's gonna be a 13-12, 14.
No!
Drop ball.
13-12 game at the half. I mean, these teams are so almost dead even in terms of talent.
That was a high snap on the side of Roosters Donkeys this time. Matt Kerouac's done a couple sail as well. Hasn't affected Roosters Donkeys quite the same way as it's affected Montreal's
But we
Finest.
noticed from here that Marco kept his eyes down. He went and got that ball and kept his eyes down on the defense to see what they were doing.
But that's the raw athleticism that you have with Marco, that he can go up and get the ball and still be able to keep his eyes downfield, keep reading the defense. Maybe it's also that Matt Kerouac doesn't snap the ball that hard, but still a heck of a play for Marco to come down with it and almost get that extra point.
It's that game, like we said, game of inches, right? The Brian LaRiviere snaps have been high right, so Kev has to go reach with one hand and turn his head, so it makes it impossible for him to keep his eyes on the field. Whereas
Matt Kerouac's snaps have been high, but right over the head of Marco.
All right, guys, here in the Sportier halftime report, 8-16 for Kevin Wyeth. He's had the better passing numbers. However, both have thrown 2 INTs here. We're surprised that happened. 4 turnovers in the first half in the first 10 minutes here.
The first 4 drives.
Yeah.
Basically.
Do you think that could carry over in the second half and be a big factor of maybe a turnover here by both teams?
I think we're going to see an explosion in the second half. I think both teams have seen what each team is going to offer for this particular rendition of Montreal's Finest take on Roosters and Donkeys, and I think we'll see a lot of points going in the second half.
Yeah, each team came out with their own sets of adjustments, and there was like a feeling out period there. Like, okay, so what do you got to throw at us today? And now they know what adjustments they made. I don't think they're going to make anything else up on the sidelines now. They're going to go with what's been working. And like you said, I agree 100%. I feel like the scoreboard is going to go up quickly now from this point forward.
All right, we saw the initial adjustments by R&D, how they flipped their coverages, Jamal Giddens on Keyshawn Thompson, Theo J on Mike Harrington. I think that's going to stick with R&D, but what does the Finest do to adjust to what they've seen from R&D?
Honestly, I think Kevin Wyeth's just been a little safe with the ball. You mentioned, Vince, that you thought that he was putting the ball sometimes to just spots where his receiver would get it or no one. The windows are tight, definitely, but there's been some plays, especially on, for example, that corner early in the first half where Kevin just threw it in the curtain when he had a wide open receiver with basically nothing but green space in front of him.
Two big stats look at in the Sports Here halftime report. 115 yards total for Finest, 44 for R&D. However, the scoreline is a little bit different in terms of the output right now.
Well, it just seemed weird. It looked like it took Montreal's Finest a lot of yards to keep getting to the same spot in the field. Let's not forget that a lot of yards came from the penalty to Keyshawn Thompson right before the start of the second half.
Yeah, I mean R&D is being efficient with their offense, and that's all that matters. At the end of the day, it's 13-12. It doesn't matter how many completions you have, how many yards you have. All that matters is the score on the scoreboard.
And the one other difference in the Sports Here halftime report, the extra point attempts. 0 for 2 for Finest, 1 for 2 for R&D. What's the scoreline right now? 13-12.
Yeah, and I don't want to dwell on the fact that Brian his snaps have been high, but they've been high on conversions when these snaps are for points. I mean, these guys need to focus, and I'm sure Kev might have mentioned it to him, like, calm down, Brian. If you got to slow down your snap, just put it low. I mean, it makes a huge difference.
And sorry, go ahead, Peace.
And snappers tend to be head cases, kind of. I know for myself, I never miss a snap until I miss a snap, and then it's another world, right?
Yeah, and then you've probably never seen Brian LaRivera over snap and then for a safety. I wouldn't be surprised to see that here today because he's had so many bad snaps. He's probably in his own head by now.
All right, guys, second half about to embark here. R&D has the ball to start off the second half. They could go up potentially by 7 points or more, but we look at this defense for the Finest, guaranteed with an INT. Who knows which Finest player could step up and make a big play?
Someone's going to have to, because there's some momentum on the side of Roosters and Donkeys. For them, this looks like the kind of game they wanted. I don't think it's what Montreal's Finest wanted coming into this game.
A boxing match indeed. We're now in round number 6 of 12. Maciotro looking left. Short pass. Void with the catch and ready. Keyshawn Thompson, who is on a caution now. If he gets one more OC or UR, he's out for the game. So he's got to be very cautious of what he says or does on the field.
And I don't think he's going to be cautious about what he does and says, but he's going to continue to play the way he plays because that's the only gear he knows.
And that's what makes Keyshawn Thompson the great player that he is. If you were to play any other way, he wouldn't be able to perform at the level that he performs at.
His third tackle of the evening, Jacques Voigt's first catch of the evening himself.
And Jacques Voigt's another kind of guy like Theo. There have been a few targets, but he needs to get into the game. Good job on Marco, getting him the ball early on a nice, easy catch.
Voigt playing the left slot, Jamil Springer the right slot. Looking to the right now. Sideline pass called by Theo Jaya. Makes one cut upfield. Jaya spins out of it, tackled by Keyshawn Thompson again. And that'll be enough for a first out, and they are now knocking at the door.
They're roughing up Theo. I mean, the way they tackle Theo is unlike any other player on the other side. I don't know if it's because of the reputation he's built for himself in this league, but they're not going light at all on these tackles on Theo.
But you know what? I will say for Theo, he's kept it cool. He knows he got hit up on that last play. Walked right back to his huddle, and he's putting his team ahead of himself right here. He's going out there. He's trying to get his boys a championship over Montreal's Finest.
Absolutely. A very mature thing to do.
Jamal Giddens, the left wide out. Covered by Kareem Bennett. Slammed by Giddens. Giddens catch, bouncing off his chest, and you wonder if that upper body injury had an impact on that play.
Never know. We would never know. I would
because
definitely
we're not
blame it on.
doctors.
I would definitely blame it on the upper body. My rib, I couldn't catch that. I don't even know what's his upper body injury. Do we know?
From what I was told, it may be a pec injury, but who knows what's being mentioned by whoever.
Laryngitis.
Or maybe sniffles.
Toothache?
Could be.
Vince Nardone, PZ Delarice, and Mocon here in this Div A final. 13-12 lead for R&D over the Montreal's Finest early in the second half. Maziotra. Short pass caught again by Giddens.
Right back to it.
And he will get tackled right away by Keyshawn Thompson for a 2-yard gain.
And again, being physical after D flag, we can pretend like that wasn't intentional. But you know what? It's clean enough. It's just a little bit of shoving, not a real hit, nothing to get alarmed about. But Montreal's Finest defense showing where they're not going to let Roosters Donkeys just walk around on the field untouched.
That is Thompson's 5th tackle of the evening. Getting his first catch for 2 yards. So right now, we have seen 5 receivers from R&D catch at least one ball or more in this match.
No adjustment again in the trips, Vince, as you mentioned earlier in the game.
Springer the left slot inside the trips
I wouldn't
formation.
be surprised to see the exact same play with the hook in the back of the end zone.
Maziotra avoids the rush. He's going to run. Gets around Kareem Bennett. He'll be tackled. Flag on the play. We'll see if that is rusher interference.
I think that might be an illegal run.
It is 4th down, illegal run.
It's weird. The bag seems to be right on the 5-yard line. So
I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. Of
and
course,
Keyshawn
Keish
Thompson right in the middle of it.
The one guy who cannot take a flag right now is the dead center of that
His
action.
team knows too. They're pulling him out of it so quickly, like that last monkey in the barrel of monkeys.
He's on a caution right now. One more UOC or UR. He's out of the game. So we'll see what they do if R&D will play the mind trick game on Keyshawn Thompson. Big play coming up for R&D. 4th down. Looking. Short pass. Void touchdown. Flag on the play. We'll see what the call is.
Tough call.
And Kareem Burnett giving the business to Jamal Gittins.
I don't know.
And it's offensive pass interference right now, so they'll move the ball back here, but he gives R&D another chance.
I don't know. Gittins, Banner's route, he seemed to be engaging the defender who was covering him. I got to see that again once the game has been published, but that's a tough call to make in that spot. Roosters Donkeys in a tough spot right here.
We have a crowd of refs here under us, and they seem to be cheering for the call as if it was the right call to make.
Refs cheer for refs. We all know that.
Right, exactly.
All right, it's 4th and extremely long. Again, another pivotal moment in this matchup here for R&D. Can Masiocha score? Looking. Going to Jaya. Great catch.
Huge catch.
Touchdown.
He was in. That's a great catch. Great call. That's a touchdown. Absolutely amazing play.
That was actually a sick catch.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
There's no other way to describe it.
I mean, you got Nate and Garrett bodying ripping your hands, trying to get the ball, and he was so focused. Went and got the ball with his hands, caught it, brought it in, and then from that point forward was just fighting for his life.
But if you look how quiet Theo is, how calm he is,
He's so
you can
focused.
see
He is so
wants
focused.
to get his boys the win.
Yeah,
Guys,
the only thing that matters.
It appears they're going for 2. They're up by
That's cool.
7. They're going for 2, it appears. This is another big
Why
moment
not?
coming up.
Why not? Make it a 2-score game. Don't give Kevin Wyatt any chance if you are Roosters and Donkeys.
Trips formation to the right side. Jacques Voigt, Jamil Springer, and Ojea. Jamal Gittins, the lone backside receiver to Masiocha's left. High snap again. Marco looking, going in the middle, open is Gittins, and was caught by 2 R&D players, but it goes out of bounds.
No, he stepped out.
Yeah, Gittins stepped out
Miscommunication.
and fell back in with the ball, but was already out of bounds.
Finest are breathing a sigh of relief that is not a 2-score lead. It's now a 7-point lead. However, we talk about big plays. R&D has come up with big plays in the last 5 minutes.
That was a big play, and that's unfortunate because either one of those guys could have gotten that ball. Jamil could have caught that, and Gittins could have caught that, but they ran into each other, both of them unaware of just trying to make a play, and unfortunately that's going to cost you 2 points.
We talk about extra points.
Someone's got to call that ball and let the other guy go get it.
Extra points indeed, and we'll look at that maybe at the end of the game if this factors in at some point. Better snap this time. Wyeth looking. Gary Taylor open in the corner. Picked off. Marco Masiocha, 2 INTs. Masiocha makes one move on Larry Vieira, and he is tackled by Larry Vieira. 3rd INT thrown by Wyeth.
Marco was baiting that from the second the ball was snapped. From the beginning of this game, it's almost as though Masiocha's been in the Montreal's finest huddle.
It's the exact same route he picked him off on the first time. Another post corner, but then this time he tried to throw it low underneath so that he can come down on it. And as soon as he whipped his head around, you put that ball underneath. It's the only thing he can basically get to as a defender. You got to put that ball over top.
Again, Kevin Wyeth not looking as sharp as he has in previous games and previous championships.
The knockout punch is at the fingertips of Marco Masiocha.
Knockout pinch. It's a big pinch.
It's going to be a strong pitch. Side the thigh pinch.
Looking, pumping, middle, caught by Kirak, and he's tackled right away by Keyshawn Thompson.
Great job by Marco not to force that throw it to Void. There would have been another pick there. He took another read, and Matt Kirak was wide open for a couple yards.
And especially that Roosters Donkeys are playing with the lead. They're ignoring Matt Kirak. Keep taking them 5 to 7 yard gains.
Definitely not a situation Montreal's finest is used to being in a finals. Down by a score, you got R&D coming onto your side of the field, going for more points here. I cannot wait to see how they react to this. I feel like it's going to get rowdy.
Absolutely, and a guy we haven't talked about this game, Nate Taylor. Maybe he's the one who steps up to make the play for Montreal's finest.
Masiocha looking right, pumping, short pass again, caught by Kirak. Great tackle by Nate Taylor, and that'll be very close to a first down. If not, they're short by a yard, it appears. And that could have been almost picked off by the way he caught that ball with his body position.
cross-body across his momentum there. That was a great catch. Easily could have been tipped up, like you said, and for a pick.
Third down call by head referee Walter Berry. It's third and not much.
Right now, the Finest have not been able to hold serve inside deep of their territory on third and fourth downs that R&D have been able to score on them. Here's a big play coming up here for the Finest defense.
I would not be surprised to see Marco take a shot right now.
Masiocho looking, slant pass, caught by Ajay, quickly tackled, but that will be a first down for R&D's offense.
Garrett's got to pick up that flag. You don't want to get a stupid OC for not handing the flag back in a finals game.
His
Very
third tackle.
rare that you'll see that flag, though.
Very rare, but if it becomes habitual through the course of the game and
Yeah.
if it leads to more chirping and so on, referees have shown that they're not going to let any of that kind of stuff go with this game.
Could the knockout punch be at our fingertips right now?
Maybe
Yeah.
the pinch, not the punch.
I would look at Jamil Springer on an out-in or in-out right here.
Or maybe a get in slant as that has worked before. Or even a void out. Masiocho looking out. Jacques Void, the out man. Gets open.
Great catch.
2 feet in.
Great catch.
Touchdown.
I don't know if he controlled the ball all the way to the ground. I wasn't able to get a clean look at it, but you know what? Hell of an effort. Great catch by Jamal Giddens.
It
Back corner of the end zone.
Definitely looked like he got both feet down from here. He twinkle-toed his way down there. Just playmakers making plays when it matters. That was an amazing catch.
Quite the reaction of the benches right now. R&D's bench, elated. Finest bench, shell-shocked right now, down by 2 scores in the second half.
And Finest defense in the red zone continuously just showing lanes, playing lanes. Marco Masiocho calls a play where he has Jacques Void at the front of the end zone with an in and out. Jamal Giddens hooking it back of the end zone, and Giddens' catch radius is so massive.
and
you can't let that's an easy throw for Marco.
Like, the thing about that, he was wide open and he almost missed that throw. He made him look good on that play.
Big extra point over the middle. Caught by Void, 2 feet
great
in.
catch.
It is in. It is now a 26-12 lead.
Wyeth looks ready though to
Great job by Jamil to just let that ball float over his head so Void could make that play.
If you look at Wyeth's body language, he's so calm, and he looks ready to lead his team back into this game.
I think he's been here before.
Yeah, a couple times.
couple
right?
times.
They have called a timeout now, and they have now congregated in the end zone, down 26-14. Keyshawn Thompson, the voice of the Finest here, giving a little quick lecture to his team.
Yeah, Reverend Thompson's in the house. He's giving his sermon, and he's getting his boys pumped and ready to make a play on this drive.
Of course, this game brought to you by the English Montreal School Board, proud sponsor of FPF, and of course, the 2015 Spring Finals, the Div A title between the R&D and Montreal's Finest. R&D up 26-12 in the second half.
Very important drive. Definitely don't want to take your time, but you don't want to force anything.
Wide, quick pass. Larry Vieira with his first catch upfield, and he'll get 7 yards tackled by Gio Lanni.
Back to the basics with the slants.
Absolutely, and it's working, and they're not going to be able to take it away every single play, so you got to call it as often as you can.
I feel like right now, because they're up 2 scores, R&D might mellow down on defense and call a couple zone coverages to throw off Montreal's Finest. They've seen a lot of man so far. Wouldn't be surprised to see some rolling coverages back there.
This does look like man on this play, however, it is.
Quick pass through the hands, picked off.
Intercepted.
Lanni going upfield, and he is tackled by Larry Vieira. During the regular season, they had 21 INTs. In this game, 4 INTs.
Garrett looks frustrated. I mean, that's 3 times now. This time he tipped it for a pick, but the other 2 was Marco making a play underneath him. That was awful. That's not good for Montreal's Finest.
And you know what? It was tipped up for interception, but it was caused by the close coverage of Marco Masiocha. Marco's put it upon himself to take Gary Taylor out of this game, and he's done it so far.
It was 13-12 at half. It is now 26-12 midway through the second half. This could be what the R&D needs. One more touchdown to go up by 3 scores.
Marco was a 2-way player of the year, I believe, in Division A, and potentially the MVP in this game.
Masiocha, Void.
Great ball.
Spin move, Void. Tackled by Kareem Bennett for 11 yards.
Marco leading his receivers where he's placing the ball on their bodies. His accuracy today is absolutely out of this world, except for that ball in the corner, as you said, where Jamal Giddens made him look great. But overall, Marco's looks sharp, and on his counterpart, Kevin Wyeth, simply has not.
What's remarkable about this R&D offense, no player had caught 30 receptions or more. However, they had 8 guys that caught 10 passes or more this season.
That's pretty amazing.
Masiocha, middle, through the hands of Springer, incomplete.
A tight window, and Marco put it in there. Jamil needed to make that throw, that catch.
Yeah, you get 2 hands on the ball, you got to catch it.
But you talk about it before, Piece. He's very confident. I don't know if he would make that throw if he's down 26-12.
Well, that's it. And Marco's He's a guy where he's pretty even keeled, but definitely when he's got the lead, he has this whole other level of confidence about him, and we're seeing it tonight.
The knockout punch. Could it be delivered by R&D on this next play at the 6-yard line outside the red zone? Rolling to his left. Looking, waiting. Back in the end zone. Picked up by Keyshawn Thompson. Big play for Keyshawn. However, they're still down by 2 scores.
He forced that one unnecessarily.
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense to me.
That was just, again, both his picks that he threw, especially this one, just useless. Take the sack. You're up 2 scores. You could have gone up 3 scores there. You just gave that opportunity up.
If I told you these quarterbacks combined for 7 INTs in one game.
Would not believe you. And the other thing is, imagine if Marco was not making those mistakes, what the score would be like.
Going deep. Thompson covered by Giddens again, who shadowed him step for step on the field.
That is just not there. That is not there. And for once on that play, Garrett ran a great post route, and he had a cushion on Marco, and that was the read.
But you know what? If you go back to that I would not be surprised to see Marco Masiocha sitting on that.
And right now, for the Finest, they have to start delivering some points because they're down by 2 scores with very little time left in the second half. Okay, Moore. We have not heard his name yet in the second half. Wheel route from Moore. Going to the sidelines. Moore. And again, great coverage from Jordan McLaren.
Jordan McLaren may not have many stats at the end of this game, but his coverage has been huge all game against a much larger receiver in Moore.
But that's the thing about DBs. If you're not on the stats sheet,
it's a good thing.
It's a very good thing. It's a biased stat to get these tackles. The only thing you got to look at is interceptions, pass deflections, and watch the game. You can't just look at the stats sheet and tell me, oh, this guy, he didn't get any tackles. No. He shut it down all night long.
I like your arrogant jerk voice, Vince. It's good.
Less than 7 left here in this second half. The last game of the night here, the last game of the season for the FPF calendar year.
Well, except for the tournament.
Yes, that's in December, though. Quick pass. Thompson bodying his way through on Jamal Giddens. His catch will be short of a first down, and it'll be 4th down coming up.
And to your point, Vince, you were talking about Roosters and Donkeys coverage this game. They're not letting loose. They're shadowing their receivers. They're all over the field. They're making it tough for Kevin Wyeth to complete passes.
Yeah, that's why before the game started, when we talked about injuries, this is their best 6. They got it on the field.
Best on best right now. Wyeth looking, pumping. Thompson's got a step. Great catch. Flag on the play. Touchdown. We'll see what the call is.
Debatable call.
I think it's on defense this time.
It's on defense.
But they could have
a bit of holding.
There could have been a rusher interference as well on Brian Lariviere. It was a tight call again. It's something where I'd like to see the film once it's been posted, but nonetheless, great catch, great call on the pass interference.
It's now 26-18, guys. You go for 1?
No, I would go for 2.
Yeah, you gotta go for 2.
It appears they're going for 1. So they don't listen to us.
Not at all.
Good for them.
They've been wrong before.
All right, big extra point attempt.
And he threw a pick. Oh, no, he threw a touchdown.
Never mind. We're wrong.
In Kevin, we trust.
Big extra point attempt. The cue will be the snap from Brian Lariviere, who's had a roller coaster day. Better snap this time. Looking. Middle caught. Great defense by Jordan McLaren, who's played very well on Moore in the second half.
If you go for 2 there, I'm sure you get it.
Yeah, you got a little bit more room to operate, and then the kid has a bit more time to box out his defender. There's a chance.
We're now approaching less than 5 minutes left in the second half. Timeouts will be key. They both have timeouts here. 1 timeout left for Finest, but they have to make a stop on defense.
Yeah, with 5 minutes to 5 plays, Marco's got to not make a bonehead play like he made on the last drive. If he can control this game, it's his to win. It's his to win. It's his to lose right now.
Exactly.
Masiocha, middle, Kirak catch, tackle for about an 8-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd and short coming up.
Again, if they're going to give you that all game, especially if you have the lead, you need to take advantage. You need to force them to cover Matt Kirak.
Yeah, well, you want to kill the clock. First of all, you want to kill the clock. So I'd take anything short, 2-3 plays to get your first down.
Less than 5 left. That was Kirak's 6th catch of the game for 38 yards.
5 minutes before 5 plays?
5 before 5. Quick pass. Springer almost picked off by Taylor. Springer galloping his way through. Spin move on Keyshawn Thompson. That will be enough for a first down, but Nate Taylor was so close to that ball.
Taylor took a chance, did not quite get there, It was a very calculated gamble, as he knew he had help behind him. It was either a pick or not much of an extra game.
Well,
so
he knows he's
great
aware.
play.
He's aware of the situation in this game. It's definitely a chance you have to take. You have to risk. You have to risk missing that ball.
If you notice the trend, guys, Marco's gone middle left of the defense of Finest. He's not really tested Kareem Bennett or Ryan Perry that often, if ever.
Except in the red zone.
Yeah, he
In the red
comes over
zone.
here when he's in red zone because he likes to roll to that side.
We'll see who he will test on this next play. Finest looking for a big turnover. Masiocho stepping up, caught by Springer on the left side of the defense, tackled by Nate Taylor again.
It seems so bizarre that in this spot, the coverage from Montreal's Finest has been so soft. Just as we've said, the Roosters and Donkeys have been forcing Kevin Wyatt to make tight throws. They're leaving receivers open in a game where they're trailing.
But right now, Garrett's getting picked on, and it looks like he's. I don't know if he's mentally checked out of this game because of what's happened, but he's got his hand on his hip, and his body language says, "I'm not so sure about this game right now."
And he went up for the pass rush. They only had 5 sacks during the regular season. Can Mike Harrington come up with a big play? Looking right, waiting. Short pass, a J with the catch. Quick tackle by Nate Taylor, and that will be very close. No, it will not be a first down. It will be third down
That's
coming up
just
4.
short. That's a great
R&D.
tackle by Nate.
And again, Nate jumping that around, making a big play.
Yeah, Nate and Garrett, it's almost as if they saw the same thing. It was like synchronized swimming. They jumped that ball at the same time.
They are brothers.
They are brothers.
Synchronized defense is the next Olympic sport, Vince Nardone.
8th catch for Theo Jea. 2 TDs as well. You wonder if he might be the MVP of this potential R&D Div A title.
He
if
made
they
that
do
huge
hold on.
catch that turned the tide there, Mo, so I would not be surprised.
Big play coming up here. It is now a nose for a first down and to prolong this drive.
Harrington's got no protection on his play as he changed side before the snap.
Looking for the sack. Harrington can't get to it. Through the hands of Jamil Springer, and he goes out of bounds.
Kirak could have stood right in front of him, and Harrington had no protection. He changed side after the ball was placed on the ground.
I feel like he switched sides because of that play that they keep running, where he rolls to our right side, the defense's right side, to try to flood Kareem's zone.
Yeah.
So as if he wanted to cut that off.
That's true, but he's got to do that before Kirak sets the snap, and Kirak's got to know when the rush has got no protection.
2.5 minutes left. 4th down. This is the game right here. This could be it for both teams.
Kirak pointing out Harrington is to Masiocho's left side.
Masiocha looking for the game. Well defended by Keyshawn Thompson. Turnover on downs. Finest have a lifeline.
Great play. That was a great play by Keyshawn. The perfect tug of the opposite hip. Impossible for ref to see that. That's a great defensive play.
And a high snap again from Matt Kirak. We've been talking about a lot on Brian Lariviere. That one in a just not the spot to be delivering a high ball.
That was a huge play. After everything that's happened in this game, they're only down by a score here.
8-point lead. A lot of work to do for the Finest. Quick pass. Lariviere gets it away, and
Great
he'll
catch.
get 7 yards on that play. Tough play. His second catch of the game, 14 yards so
Mike
far.
Harrington was wide open over top.
You know he's gonna come back and say it, right?
I think he saw it. I'm pretty sure Kev saw that.
Yeah.
But now, obviously, it won't be open again. But something to look forward to in future plays coming up.
It appears the Finest are going to definitely take this down to 5 plays and try to tie this game up if they can get into the end zone. Wyeth, better snap this time. Looking triple slants. Sideline. Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Jordan McLaren was right there, however, went through his hands into Aked Moore's hands out of bounds.
Great effort by Kedmore.
If he would have put that ball anywhere where a cat could have came down in bounds, Jordan would have picked that off.
And it could have been game, set, match right there.
That's it.
Right now, every pass is critical for Kevin Wyeth. He's got to make the throws. However, R&D wants that last turnover to win this game. Looking left, short pass. Thompson with his third catch. Making one quick move. Jamal Giddens with the tackle. That'll be enough for a first down. Timeout called by Keyshawn Thompson.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that, Vince. We've noted that the corners on the outside are giving a huge cushion to the receivers. Just as we've been saying, Marco's got to take what's there. Kevin Wyeth's got to do the same thing.
Yeah, and now that he's thrown a couple hooks, we might see a little bit of hook and go. I don't know that it's going to work against these DBs, but it's definitely something that they've now set up.
At the very least, they'll force the DBs to have to creep up.
By the way, guys, our EMSB stat of the night. That was the first down for the Finest in the second half.
Wow.
How much time left now? 2 minutes?
Not even. We're
Not
now
even.
in plays almost.
Would you guys have thought that this would be such a close game, considering that Marco got stopped 4 times on offense, the Roosters and
3 times, and then Wyeth 4 times.
And 4 just now
Yeah.
in the second half.
It's remarkable what has transpired right now. Wyeth looking right, waiting, pumping, going deep. Harrington, well defended by Theo Jaya.
Great
and he
play on
gives the
defense.
Mutombo no.
He came right over top, made a great play. It's almost as if Harrington thought he had a bit more room, and it was a little passive on that ball.
It was almost as if Mike was doing it. He did everything he could to help out Kev. That was not a very good
It
ball.
was a great throw, but it just
They were both playing defense on that
Yeah.
ball.
Quick play. Caught. Thompson forced out of bounds by Gittins. Third down coming up. So right now for the R&D, they're playing a little bit soft in terms of the coverage. Do you think they'd be more aggressive on this next play, guys?
Well, there's 5 plays left. There's no need to be aggressive right now.
8-point lead.
that being said, a big defensive play can end the game.
Who is going to etch their name in history to make a play for the finest? Or can R&D hold on to win this game up by 8? It is 3rd and inches.
And add to this already great rivalry, Mokan.
Ascending rivalry. Looking, waiting. Short pass. More of the catch.
Wow.
Slipping, and he is tackled at the goal line. Finest knocking at the door.
That was a huge catch by Kedmore.
Again, Jordan's right there. That was a great route.
That was a Kev Moore's first
And
catch
an
in the second half.
An amazing throw by Kev. And Jordan is right there. I mean, you can't even make a play on a ball that's thrown like that. Just perfect throw.
It was just in the
catch.
perfect spot. Kedmore making the play. Great defense by Jordan McLaren. Vince, you're absolutely right.
Finest now in control of their fate. They have a lot of work to do. Get the 6 points first and then go for 2. And again, we talk about the difference in this game, guys. R&D 2-4 on extra point attempts. Montreal is 0-3 on extra point attempts.
That's definitely something that's going to come bite you in the behind maybe at the end of this game. Now you're forced to make plays.
Big play coming up here for Wyeth. Inside 5 plays for the Div A title. Wild snap, looking, waiting. Larry Vera open, touchdown! That's the first part. Can they now convert the second part?
They'll need to.
And I'm surprised that's the matchup. That's the matchup you're looking for this whole game. I'm surprised we haven't seen that before. Yeah, this is the extra point for 2 points. If they miss, this game is over and R&D wins the championship.
How amazing would it be for this game, which has been so sloppy, and at other times so beautiful, and then to go into overtime, it'd be an absolutely insane finish.
It would definitely be a treat for everybody who's here watching.
All right, big play coming up here. This is for the tie to potentially force OT. Wyeth. High snap, looking left, waiting, going to the end zone. Caught by Lanny, and a great play by Lanny. Fantastic play, an even better move by Lanny.
That's game over.
It is done.
Brian
On this
is
day,
not going to sleep well tonight. That is a ball he had and should have kept.
On this day, R&D is the finest team for Division A.
When's the last time you saw finest on a losing end of a championship?
Well, they
2008.
won 6 straight championships coming into this one.
2008. What a fantastic game to end off the Div A season as R&D wins their first title in Div A.
And the
Great.
rivalry continues.
And right now, there's a little bit of tripping going on back and forth here. We'll see what they're going to decide on this year. But again, they're going to shake hands. And that is it. R&D, your 2015 Div A champions.
This is getting rowdy. I don't know if I'd let them shake hands. I'd just call it a
This
game.
might just be a night. Call it a night, boys.
We'll see each other in the winter.
5 months.
Or tomorrow night at the All-Star game.
Or maybe at the Midnight Classic.
We will meet again.
Somewhere. On the street, potentially. Here. All right, so the referees are now deciding what to do here. It is a 2-point lead, and it's now officially called. The finest dynasty run has come to an end, losing 26-24 to R&D from start to finish has been the best team in Division A.
Yeah, absolutely well-deserved. They came out with a plan, and they executed to the T. Defense played great. Offense played great, and they deserved this win. Montreal's finest didn't do enough to win this game. They did not earn this victory tonight, and that's it. That's all.
These?
If I could have written up 100 scripts to this game, none of them would have gone this way. To see 4 drives end consecutively at the beginning of the game, ending in interceptions, to see it come down to a 2-point conversion, yeah, I could see that happening. Not with the score being 26-24, however, between two such powerful offenses. Kudos to both teams. this has been one of the most entertaining finals I've ever been a part of. One of the biggest crowds we've ever seen for a Division A final.
I don't think it's hit the finals yet that they've lost this game, but for R&D, I don't think it's even hit them that they won this game. Given how close, as you made the point before, PZ, right now, both teams, I think, are in shock in how this game ended the way it did.
Absolutely, and it's been on their mind for a while. Finals have kind of hung that over their heads, saying, you know what, you haven't beat us in a championship yet. Well, they won't be able to do that any longer, and I look forward to seeing how this develops in future seasons.
I'm happy. I'm actually happy for the league that finally a team was able to challenge and beat the finest.
Most certainly for R&D/D boys in the development of their program, this is a great win for them. But I think for them, the big trophy they want is the winter season, where it's best on best. You got the best of the finest, the best of every team that will play in Div 1.
Theo Ojea with the MVP in this game.
Yeah, as we thought he might be. He made that again. If you're watching the game, not necessarily looking, the stats obviously are huge, but not even looking at the stats, but seeing that catch at the front left corner of the end zone, left from our perspective, of course, that was the catch that turned the tide, and where you saw the finest start to look a little more panicked than they've been in years past.
Yeah, definitely not a situation they were used to, and they reacted this way. Now that they're going to learn from this loss, and I don't doubt them coming back harder next season.
Turning point, I think we all agree. The fourth and extremely long, like fourth and Lachine long. Theodore makes that play. I'll give you an example. A couple years ago, Rainmakers and Finest played in the spring final. Kelmore made a Hail Mary touchdown that turned momentum for the Finest, end up winning by 2 scores.
Same kind of play.
Same kind of play.
Absolutely.
Same kind of play, guys. It's a great final. That's all I have to say is a great final. They made it so much fun for us. In terms of the outlook of these teams here moving forward, guys, let's start with Montreal's Finest first. Look, from start to finish, a lot of roster changes. They gave back Guillaume Ward for winter. They'll get back Ali Bordage. Roche Benaldique, they'll probably lose to his team. Are we looking at a new ball game for Div 1 next year?
Will you call them the weakest Montreal's Finest roster yet again?
Next season, no, I won't. If they get back Bordage and Ward.
That's fair.
Both teams, and this same thing for R&D. They had Como out with an injury. Both teams had guys that were missing, but I said at the beginning, this was R&D's best 6 that they were able to field, and unfortunately it was due to injuries, but this is the situation they wanted to be in, and they ended up on top.
All right, R&D, they'll be the D-boys next year. The bulk of this core will be back. Obviously, no question about that, though. But right now, on August 9th, are we today or 8th?
Don't you remember?
Whatever we are. Are they
August.
the slight favorites to win Div 1 next year? Would you give them the odds?
I don't think there's you can't slide a piece of paper between Montreal's Finest and Roosters and Donkeys right now. All the games they've played have come down to just a couple of points, converts, and Marco pointed out at the press conference, twice they lost while going for a 2-point convert to win the game. There's no way you can decide who the favorite is. It's 1A and 1B.
The thing is now, the gap used to be between Montreal's Finest and everybody else in Division 1, and now the gap is Roosters and Donkeys or D-Boys in the winter and Finest, and then everybody else.
Yeah.
Guys, the Lift Digital post-game report here, I'll look at the key point that we brought up at the beginning and during the game. Extra point attempts. 0 for 5 for Finest, 2 for 4 for R&D. What was the final score? A 2-point victory.
And the most important one was that last one of the game where Brian had the ball and he just wasn't able to hold on. All these stats could have been neglected. They all wouldn't have mattered, but now they do.
You mean 0 for 4 extra points? 0 for 5 is not possible.
F went for 2.
Oh, so I'm going to have points, not tries.
Yes.
Got it. Cool.
Turnovers. That's a hockey score right there.
5-4,
yeah. Remarkable. But then you look at first downs, it was 6-5. It was a tightly contested battle for that, though. And then, of course, passing yards, 143 to 142. So close here. But again, the margin of error was evident, and we saw that with the R&D winning this game.
I said before the game started that my key to this game was Montreal's Finest's defense. Unfortunately, I might have been a little bit right, but they came out to play, and R&D was just more ready tonight. They were ready to win this game.
Guys, final words here on the Lift post-game show. Pease, I'll start with you. Div A. Your thoughts on how this game ended, like this whole entire season, how it ended. It was a 2-horse race from start to
This whole
finish.
season came down to, I mean, we could have played one game for Division A, and this is what it would have been. We all knew it coming into the season. It was still an amazing experience, I'm sure, for all the players involved. It was a great experience for me for my first time covering Division A. But it came down to the game we thought it would. It came down to the last drive. You can't ask for more as a player, as an FPF fan, as a analyst, as a league. There's nothing more you can ask for. This is the absolute height of flag football in Montreal.
All right, Vince Nardone, with your final thoughts.
Exactly what you just said. I agree. As a fan, this is exactly what you want. This game to be what it was. You want it to be a rivalry. You wanted there to be a rivalry in Division A and Division 1. Well, now you got one, and you got one that's going to last for a while. These teams are here to stay, and it's going to be fun to watch from this point forward.
Both teams will retool. 5 months separate from here until early January for the Division 1 winter season 2016. However, for this night, R&D is the finest team as they win the Div A title for the first time in their franchise history. On behalf of the entire production staff here, including Vince Nardone and Paulo Della Rocca, a thank you to the EMSB, Sportira, your official jersey supplier. Go to Sportira for your new uniforms for 2016, and Lyft as well, a new sponsor of the FPF world. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of this whole process, this whole project that has definitely elevated itself year after year, and we look forward to seeing you guys at the Midnight Madness, and of course in 5 months' time for the 2016 Div 1 and all the Winter League seasons that we'll have. Guys, thank you very much.
And congratulations to R&D.
Congrats. We'll see you in 2016.